So now it's time to on the next panel discussion on government policy, which will be moderated by Ms. Piyali Chattopadhyay. Piyali has experience of 15 plus years in global roles, operations, strategic initiatives, project and partner management in MNCs in India as well as in UK. Her current role in TIE enables her to work closely with startup ecosystem. And in her words, entrepreneurship is riveting roller coaster of emotions. It's a story of courage and grit. So working with them is truly inspiring. She enjoys public speaking, traveling, and learning new cultures beside work. Now she will handle the panel discussion. Over to you, Piyali. Great to have you here in Vyapar Jagat. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kavita. And hello, everyone, and good afternoon. First and foremost, congratulations to the team of Vyapar Jagat for putting up such a beautiful session and at such a big scale. Definitely, this is something to look forward to every year. And I can see that, year on year, Dr. Praveen Parmar is adding more and more different aspects of business and bringing it together. And I'm sure there are many awards. It's going to rain awards also sometime in this convention. And I'm sure people are looking forward to it. And then I'm very glad that I'm part of one of these sessions today, which is an extremely important topic for anyone. I would say with the unicorn landscape that we have in India currently and the way, the entire startup ecosystem is becoming vibrant in India, I'm very sure with the enthusiasm, with the excitement we have around India as a country is going to absolutely, progress leaps and bounds in this area. The topic for today, which is government policy and startup schemes, I think this is extremely important, and all our audience today who are, watching and are part of this convention would be very happy to have a session like this with two eminent panelists who will be able to talk about from their experience around the government policies and different startup schemes that we have all over India. Many times, I'm sure if you were to go to the social media or to the Google and the websites, there are many information that is quite, available for ready reference. But today in this discussion, our panelists will also sort of go beyond all of that and talk a little bit more from their experience on how you could probably take the best and the most out of it. So I'm very pleased. Very briefly, I'll introduce two of our panelists, and then I will actually go to them and probably request them to talk for a minute or so about their own work, because all of that they do, it's a little difficult to probably put in a couple of words. But nevertheless, formally, I'm first welcoming Mr. Sanjay Kumar Patel. He is from the Exelon IP, which is a full-service intellectual property rights service provider. They guide clients ranging from early stage startups to the MNCs from across industries in protecting their intellectual property rights, be it patent, trademark, copyright, or design patenting. They have a team of attorneys, analysts, pharmacists, engineers who try to make the IP protection process very smooth for their clients, and they're really driven with clarity and transparency, and definitely that counts. The winning combination of their knowledge and the passion to protect IP have, of course, led to the excellence in the businesses wherever they do their innovation and IP strategy. So with these words, I welcome Mr. Sanjay Kumar Patel to this panel discussion.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Such a nice, wonderful introduction. And also would like to say thanks to the Dr. Praveen Parmar and Vyapar Jagat team for providing this opportunity and platform to share their knowledge and information, which is really going to be helpful to the people over there who are either a startup, either a SME, either a MSME, or even with the people who are just thinking to start something by their own, right? And with this, as I told you, day to day, we are dealing with all such clients who are coming with some creative ideas, innovations, and all this. But what they are lacking is they are lacking some kind of guidance or the directions. right? So there are two things. One thing is guiding them technically, guiding them commercially, and second thing is educating them about what are the options or the facilities available by the government that can support to grow their idea or a startup or a business, which is already available, but just because of the lack of awareness, they are not able to find it out and use for the growth of their startup or a business.
Absolutely. And I think today we are going to take this opportunity to talk a little bit more about it. With this, let me take the opportunity to introduce you to our next panelist for this afternoon. He doesn't need an introduction to the gathering in Ahmedabad. Mr. Siddharth Bhatt, Chartered Accountant by profession, Masters in Rural Development. Well, the youngest CFO in Dholera Smart City. He's an Amul member union in Ahmedabad, a TV media personality, and of course, a startup mentor. Welcome, Siddharth. Well, and for Siddharth, we were just chatting, and Siddharth was just talking about, how we have all become a different kind of a world. He is completely out of station. Probably, I do not know if it's business or vacation, but I understand he is in Ambaji. So, thank you for taking the time out from your, plan of this afternoon and joining us for this session. And really, technology plays a great role now in, wherever we are, we have become a global village.
तो बिल्कुल सही बात है. दरअसल अंबाजी इज अ हिली एरिया इन गुजरात एंड हियर आई एम नॉट फॉर अ रिलीजियस पर्पस. यहाँ पे हमारे ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में हाउ टू क्रिएट अ स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम इन our rural India. So on my backyard there is a seminar hall. So just finished the seminar on startup ecosystem, how we can make our rural India a vibrant India. Rural India a vibrant India. So this is how the things are going on. As the startup ecosystem has flourished in metro cities, in urban area, but what about the rural India? So there is a gap, and we as a Vyapar Jagat is here to fill the gap. So we are creating a ecosystem के पूरा भारत कवर हो जाए, कि ग्रामीण क्षेत्र भी आ जाए, शहरी लोग भी आ जाए, because the migration जो हो रहा है rural to urban, so somehow we need to stop it. Otherwise the kind of congestion we are facing in urban area, so major reason is हमारे गांव खाली हो रहे हैं और शहर आगे बढ़ रहा है. So it is a balanced system के गांव में भी स्वरोजगारी का सर्जन कैसे हो सकता है. And more than 50-60% of Indians are still living in rural India. So it's very fascinating and pleasant moment के गांव वालों के साथ स्टार्टअप क्या होता है, हाउ टू बिकम अ एंटरप्रेन्योर. तो एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करने का मौका मिलता है, तो इट इज ऑलवेज गुड विथ इन अ प्रोफेशनल एटिकेट क्या होती है. सो हाउ टू मेक अवर स्मॉल बिजनेस. तो स्टार्टअप से लेके आईपीओ तक द जर्नी फ्रॉम रूरल टू अर्बन टू मल्टीनेशनल.
Absolutely, Siddharth. No, wonderful, and congratulations that you are doing such a good job. Vibrant तो इंडिया तभी हो सकता है जब इंडिया का हर कोना कोना स्टार्टअप के बारे में जानता है, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के बारे में जानता है, और वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली दे नो वेयर टू गो. अगर उनको किसी भी हेल्प की जरूरत पड़ती है, जैसे कि आपने बोला, चाहे वो कैपिटल हो चाहे मेंटरशिप हो, आई थिंक ये कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत जरूरी है. और ये दोनों चीजें अगर आपको जरूरत है तो कहाँ आपको जाना चाहिए, किससे आपको मिलना चाहिए, और किस तरह से पूरा लेवरेज कीजिए जो इंटायर नेटवर्क और इंटायर सिस्टम बन रहा है इंडिया में. आई थिंक वैसे भी यूनिकॉर्न्स की तरफ से हमारे पास अभी बहुत ज्यादा, आई वुड प्रॉब्ली से वी हैव दैट एनकरेजमेंट, एक्साइटमेंट एंड मोटिवेशन, ऑल ऑफ द थ्री. सो राइट टाइम. So let me ask the first question to Mr. Sanjay Kumar, and then we'll move on to you, Siddharth. Right? So I'm just going to start with probably the basics only. So when it comes to MSMEs and startups, I'm looking at both the communities. Of course, as we all see, the government of India is very clear. We know that they need to be nurtured, they need to be protected and encouraged for overall India's betterment. So to start with, Government of India and the Ministry of MSMEs, we hear that they have launched a lot of unique government schemes and programs which are designed to empower these startups and MSMEs. What, according to you, are the top 2 government schemes which can help startups and MSMEs, or both or either of them, which can help them to trigger their growth and more business, according to you?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, madam. So with respect to there are so many schemes and subsidies, tax benefits are available for startup as well as MSMEs, but I will focus mainly on the IP or intellectual property perspective. Right. So there are so many benefits are there under the MSME scheme as well as under the startup, like tax rebates, R&D benefits, and so many others. But particularly, I would like to say about the intellectual property, which is, as I told you, that because of the lack of information or lack of the knowledge about this subject, most of the people are not filing or not protecting their IP or delaying that process. That okay, I have just started my business, so I will do my trademark registration, or I will file my patent later on when I will get some revenue or when I will get some cash. So because of that reason, they are delaying the process. But delay into that process may create a very big problem to their business if someone else is started using their product or started using their brand name and registered it or started copying their product. So it will very badly impact their business if they do not protect their intellectual property at an initial level. And why they are not protecting their intellectual property at initial level? Just because of the cost consideration. They are considering that it is a cost to their business. So they do not want to do expenses into that intellectual property because they consider it as an expense, not as an investment, right? So to support the things under the SSIP, government has already provided the things that either you want to file a trademark or you want to file a patent, they do not have to pay the professional fees or the patent attorney fees. They only just have to pay the government fees, which is applicable, and that is also reduced with the 80% compared to the large industry, right? So that is also very nominal, and the professional fees will be directly reimbursed to the patent attorney or trademark attorney from the government side. So this is the one thing from the SSIP perspective. For MSME perspective, again, there is no direct professional fee reimbursement, but once they do payment to the patent attorney for the patent process or trademark process, they can approach the MSME and for the reimbursement. So under the MSME scheme of the IPR reimbursement, the 10,000 rupees per trademark is eligible for the reimbursement, as well as for the patent. 1 lakh rupees for an Indian patent and up to 5 lakh rupees for the foreign patent is applicable under the reimbursement under the MSME. Also for the geographical indication, they have provided the provision for the reimbursement. But the thing is, first you have to pay and then you have to submit your expenses, bills and all this to the MSME portal. It is an online system. You can directly log into your MSME login, go to the IPR assistance scheme and go for the trademark or the patent, upload the required documents and will be processed, scrutinized by the exam concerned person and will be reimbursed directly to your bank account. So this is the first thing with respect to the financial fees and reimbursement. Another portion that is encouraging them or encouraging the startup and MSME to file patent is if you say someone that you should file a patent. Now people say that okay, patent filing aaj karunga, it will take 5 years, 10 years to get the patent. It's a very long process and lengthy process and costly process. But now, as per the recent amendment into the patent law, now there is a provision of expedite examination, right? But that expedite examination is only applicable if you are a startup, if you are an MSME, or at least one female applicant is an applicant as a co-applicant or a single applicant. Then and then only you can apply for the expedite examination. So if you choose that provision of expedite examination, you can complete the whole process starting from patent filing to grant, even within less than 1 year. So this is the additional provision which encourages people because now it is faster. They do not have to wait for the 4 or 5 years to get their patent granted, right? So financial as well as the procedural perspective, there are the two benefits which is available to the startups, to the MSME applicants.
And just one additional question on this. So for all these reimbursements, I'm just thinking from a startup's maybe point of view, are these processes very long, or if you are able to provide with the documents and everything, the reimbursements that they get is that a very quick process?
Yeah, for startup perspective, under that it's a quick process. It's not very going to delay. Whatever the time frame they have decided, little bit delay, but it is getting cleared systematically. For MSME, the reimbursement scheme will be directly to the applicant only.
Okay. No, thank you so much. I think you've really touched upon a very important point on the IP. I probably will have one or two more questions, which I'll come back to you,
Sure.
For the next stages. Siddharth, a question to you. Since you are there, and doing some work around with the startups and ventures in the rural area. My first question, rural areas में अब ज़्यादातर कोई specific sector, I mean, I do not want to assume that, maybe it's agricultural or agri-tech is something we would promote. आप क्या देखते हैं? ज़्यादातर interest किस प्रोडक्ट या सर्विस में आप देखते हैं कि यंगस्टर्स को है, या आपको लगता है कि द कैपेबिलिटीज आर मोर इन दिस सेक्टर एंड यू सी देम कमिंग अप एंड प्रोग्रेसिंग इन दैट? कौन से हैं?
So as far as the startup are concerned, it's in specific rural India or in rural part of our countryside area. तो वहां पर हमने ये ऑब्जर्व किया है, जो हमारा यूथ है, गांव का यूथ है, तो somewhere or other way they do not have such kind of vision. They are visionless. The reason being कि जो exposure उनको urban area में मिलता है, तो यहाँ पे वो exposure somehow they are unable to get it, because whatever the government schemes are there at national level, तो वो जो government की schemes होती है, be it MSME है, startup है, तो वो गांव तक नहीं आ पाती है, because of it's a very lengthy process. कि दिल्ली से जब हम कहते हैं कि ड्यूरिंग ओल्ड गवर्नमेंट के 1 रुपए भेजता हो तो 15 पैसे भेजते, तो सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग इन इंफॉर्मेशन, इवन इन टेक्नोलॉजी, डिजिटल इंडिया के इंफॉर्मेशन जो सेंट्रल और स्टेट लेवल से जाती है, तो जहां तक वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल तक आ जाती है, लेकिन डिस्ट्रिक्ट से तालुका लेवल तक आती है, तालुका से हार्डकोर विलेज लेवल तक आती है, तो वो इतनी 100% करेक्ट वे में नहीं जा पाती है. डिसमेंटलिंग ऑन इंफॉर्मेशन इज वेरी ट्रिकी इश्यू बिकॉज ऑफ जो कम्युनिकेशन चैनल है, तो आवर कॉलेजियन यूथ इन अर्बन एरिया दे आर वेरी मच टेक्नो सेवी. गांव में भी टेक्नो सेवी है, बट दे आर वेरी लिमिटेड टू सोशल मीडिया एक्टिविटी. सो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन इंडिया इन मेट्रो सिटी एंड ओवरसीज, तो समहाउ देयर इज अ लैक, तो उसको देयर इज अ गैप. तो वो कैसे हम गैप को कम कर सकते हैं? सो क्लासिक एग्जांपल इज ऑफ अमूल. अमूल मिल्क इज हाईएस्ट organized way in milk industry, milk processing sector in entire India और rather in entire Asia. तो जो मिल्क दूध आता है तो वो गांव से ही आता है, but they have a very robust organization structure where each district has their own milk mandali. We can say a cooperative society, and all the cooperative society comes together and they make a mega cooperative society, multi-state cooperative society. तो अमूल का जो स्ट्रक्चर है, तो द मिल्क इज कंज्यूम्ड बाय द अर्बन पीपल बट इट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द रूरल पीपल. सो देयर इज अ परफेक्ट मैच, परफेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ रूरल इंडिया एंड अर्बन इंडिया. सो एज फार एज द अवर रूरल इंडिया इज कंसर्न, they are mainly driven by the agriculture and animal husbandry activity and traditional arts. तो वहां पे जो फोकस करना है, तो वहां पे ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में आईटीआई है. देयर आर सो मेनी आईटीआई, टेक्निकल इंस्टीट्यूट. तो हमारे लड़कों को, हमारे बच्चों को, ग्रामीण बच्चों को टेक्निकल नॉलेज होता है, तो उसको थोड़ा सा शेप अप मिल जाए कि व्हाट इज स्टार्टअप, गवर्नमेंट का स्टार्टअप इंडिया कैंपेन क्या है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम क्या है. हियर देयर आर, जो भी इर्द गिर्द फैक्ट्री है, तो ऑलमोस्ट वो प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट होता है रिलेटेड टू एग्रीकल्चर. से फॉर एग्जांपल फूड प्रोसेसिंग सेक्टर, जैसे मिल्क प्रोसेसिंग सेक्टर है, वैसे फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर भी है. तो यहाँ पे जो रॉ मटेरियल है, खेत पैदाश है, तो दे आर सेलिंग डायरेक्टली टू द मिडल मैन. लेकिन अगर हमारे फार्मर्स को वो टेक्नोलॉजी मिल जाए, डिजिटल इंडिया की हम जो बात करते हैं, वो नॉलेज मिल जाए, so they can have their own agriculture company organization, और उसमें प्रोफेशनलिज्म हम ऐड कर सकते हैं. गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हो या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट हो, दे आर पेइंग हैंडसमली to the farmer producing organization. वो हमें सामने से in every year we see in a budget that X amount crores of rupees are being invested to uplift our rural India. So there are so many schemes.
Sorry, सिद्धार्थ जी, आपसे फिर मैं एक बहुत important question पूछना चाह रही हूँ यहाँ पे, because you are there on the ground doing all this work. What could be that one good solution you think is practically possible by which this information and communication can timely and in the right way it can reach to the rural areas? I'm sure कि बहुत easy काम नहीं है, नहीं तो हो गया होता, पर आपके हिसाब से अगर हम ये गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज एंड स्टार्टअप और बाकी जो एमएसएमईज के लिए अलग अलग स्कीम्स हैं, चाहे क्रेडिट हो गए, क्रेडिट गारंटीज हो गए, कैपिटल हो गए, सब चीजें हम उन तक कैसे पहुंचा सकते हैं? कोई आपके हिसाब से गुड सोल्यूशन?
Yes, the solution is very simple. The only thing is willingness to act. विलिंगनेस टू एक्ट. तो हमारे इंडिया में कैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर है एज फार एज द गवर्नमेंट? एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट हैज अ डिस्ट्रिक्ट इंडस्ट्री सेंटर, DIC, एंड एवरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट हैज अ तालुका.
ठीक है.
एंड बिलो तालुका लेवल एवरी विलेज हैज अ ग्राम पंचायत, एंड ग्राम पंचायत हैज देयर ओन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. So we can set up a startup cell at that level, ग्राम पंचायत लेवल. सरकारी जो ऑफिस होती है वहां पे जहाँ से सोशल वेलफेयर एक्टिविटी चलती है, ऑन द सिमिलर लाइन वी कैन हैव अ स्टार्टअप MSME सेक्टर. तो वहां पे हमारे जो अर्बन पीपल है, एक्सपर्ट है, तो दे कैन कम ओवर टू रूरल इंडिया, और वर्चुअल कॉन्फ्रेंस भी हो सकती है. एंड मेनली इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी इज फोकस्ड ऑन एग्रीकल्चर, एनिमल हस्बेंडरी. So agriculture is a big area to flourish. As on today, 85% raw agriculture जो हम fruits and vegetables खाते हैं वो unorganized है. While compared to European market, Chinese market और American market, 50 to 60% food are processed. तो हमारे जो वेस्टेज का इश्यू होता है, so if we do a processing of the food, fruits and vegetables, so it would be a very good industry for startup, and with the help of agri-tech industry as far as the startup is concerned. तो हमारे जो खेडूत थे, तो उनको they are still doing legacy agriculture practices. So we need to evolve that system like Israel has done. Israel has a revolutionary thing, as well as European nation. यूरोप के छोटे छोटे नेशन होते हैं, इटली है, then France है, Germany है. They are not big as India, but as far as the technology in agriculture sector is concerned, they are doing excellent thing. So can we adopt yes?
I was just thinking that I'm actually going to come back to you with a little bit more around the schemes that are available in agriculture industry as a whole. I want to go back to Sanjay ji and quickly understand from him. Sanjay ji, आपके पास कोई ऐसे solutions, or do you know about any of the schemes or part of the policies, including capital, that is available for any kind of technology? It could be a technology upgradation, it could be a technology transfer, maybe in any ways. I'm not just saying in rural, of course we understand is probably needs a lot more, but according to you, are there any such good schemes or policies that our audience can know about?
So not particularly technology specific, but if you can consider the MSME, right? So MSME can be of any technology. There is no any technological or the industry diversity or bifurcation. If you are eligible, or if you are MSME qualifying as an MSME, all the schemes and the benefits are available. Now, one thing I just have idea about this Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, right? They have their own different budget allocated for the intellectual property protections and all this. Which is dedicatedly only for if you are working or doing something creative or innovative or startup in terms of electronics and information technology. So they have a dedicatedly separate spare budget, and the reimbursement scheme is available for particularly into electronics and IT. Rather than other than this, I don't think so then any specific vertical specific any thing is available, because under MSME everyone is falling within that umbrella, and all can take the benefit of that schemes available, the benefits available under the MSME schemes.
Correct. This could be probably for technology, and it sometimes I mean, some could be available even for, say, market, sort of, reach to markets and those kind of things, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, do you think now? I mean, of course, we hear there are so many different kind of capital related or investment funds are available for startups and MSMEs. Do you think that alone is good enough for this ecosystem, or you think there is something more that is required beyond the funds and the capital?
Yeah. So as I told you, when people are coming up with innovative ideas or startup or creative ideas in terms of either product or concept or a technology, what they are lacking or missing is not only the fund, right? Fund is one of the requirement, definitely, but apart from fund, they need a proper mentoring. They need a proper guidance with respect to from idea to market, how they can reach to that journey, or how they can go through that journey from idea to market. They might have a very good idea, but if they do not execute it properly, then it is a failure, even though they are having a sufficient fund, right? So in terms of fund, there is no restriction of fund. There are so many government funds are available, so many private VCs, angel funds are available. Lots of funds are. If you have a proper idea, if you have proper execution, if you have a proper team, then fund is not an issue. The issue, as I told you, that apart from fund, proper mentorship, proper guidance, and the first thing is the team as a startup. जिसका idea होता है, they mainly focus onto that idea. They do not think the commercial aspect of that idea, commercial viability, team building, marketing, business development. They do not think at initial levels, but it is equally important if you want to really succeed your idea, and if you want to successfully convert your idea into a product and want to flourish into the market. All these things are parallelly important and equally required at the initial times. So fundings are there. Funding is not an issue. If you have proper product at proper time and you have a team to execute it properly, then as per my understanding experience, funding is not an issue.
Thank you so much. No, so absolutely, I take your point that while the funding is important part of it, because your market development, your infrastructure, your upgradation, or maybe of technology, all of that can be taken care. However, the right kind of guidance and mentoring has to go hand in hand to ensure that it succeeds well. So Siddharth ji, इस पे थोड़ा सा फर्दर हम और इसको डिस्कस अगर करें, आप रूरल एरिया में ही हैं और आप देख रहे हैं, हाउ डू यू सी द entrepreneurship in women? Of course, government also, I mean, we all have seen, very encouraging these days to ensure that women also come up and, take up business, have their smart ventures, ho jaye, startups, ho jaye, generally any business that they're able to put up. How do you see it in the rural area? आप क्या देख रहे हैं? मतलब are the women able to have enough information कि government कितने सारे support उनको दे रहे हैं and they should take advantage, or what's happening?
Yes, as far as the government woman is concerned, तो हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं, they are the unsung heroes. Women are the unsung heroes in specifically rural area. Reason being, हमारे वहाँ जो खेतीबाड़ी होती है, जो पशुपालन का व्यवसाय होता है, एग्रीकल्चर एंड एनिमल हस्बेंडरी, so 50 to 60% labor work is contributed by the woman in entire India. सुबह 4 बजे से लेकर रात को 10 बजे तक. As the morning comes up, so they have to take a milk from the cow. Then they will go to the farming area, do the farming. दोपहर को आके खाना बनाते हैं, थोड़ा आराम करते हैं. Again at 4 o'clock they will do a milking of cow, and at later evening again do a housemaid work. So if we see the how the rural economy is moving, so 50% contribution is made by the woman only. And as far as the government scheme is concerned, so NABARD hai. So NABARD is doing excellent work for rural startup. NABARD and SIDBI, they are the national level agencies. So they have a contributed Startup India की जो scheme है, as well as Fund of Fund की जो scheme है. तो during that process 2016 से ये startup campaign अच्छी तरह से शुरू हुआ है. So the fund are decentralized and allocated to SIDBI and NABARD. और वो कैसे स्टार्टअप को फंडिंग करते हैं जो रूरल इकोनॉमी को अपलिफ्ट करे, स्केलेबल आइडिया हो, एंड विच हैव अ पोटेंशियलिटी टू जनरेट द मॉनिटरी एस्पेक्ट, कॉमर्शियल एस्पेक्ट, वायबिलिटी अच्छी होनी चाहिए. लेकिन एज फार एज द रूरल इंडिया इज कंसर्न, तो यहाँ पे वी नीड अ मोर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर, नॉट एंटरप्रेन्योर बट वी नीड अ सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर. So say for example, वो कैसे हो सकता है? There are lot of startups nowadays are moving, focusing on rural India. Say for example, there are few startups in Pune, Bangalore, in Indore as well as in Gujarat. They have developed a application, IT based application. फार्म से, खेत से लेके बाजार तक, खेत से लेके बाजार तक, तो पूरा इंटीग्रेटेड वैल्यू चेन बनाया है, सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट के. फार्मर को पता चलेगा आज बारिश आएगी नहीं आएगी, सनसेट कब होगा, क्या होगा, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ हेल्थ सॉइल टेस्टिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड. जैसे हमारा बॉडी चेकअप होता है वैसे जमीन का भी टेस्ट, हेल्थ चेकअप होना चाहिए. तो हाउ इट कैन बी कल्टिवेटेड. फार्मिंग डॉक्टर कंसेप्ट आया, जैसे हमारे लिए डॉक्टर होते हैं, एनिमल्स के लिए डॉक्टर होते हैं. नाउ द कंसेप्ट हैज चेंज, फार्मिंग डॉक्टर. तो वो आएगा, वॉट एवर वी प्रोड्यूस दे विल चेक, and there is a huge export potentiality, and agriculture is the only business or the profession which is the oldest in entire world and biggest in India.
Correct.
So a lot of scope is there, and government is supporting like anything at every district, every tehsil level pe. Just we need a proper information जो sharing करना है, वो gap हमें fill up करना है. So the gap will be fill up by the government as well as through Digital India, because the rural youth are very much techno savvy, so they need a just focus, थोड़ा divert करना है कि भाई इधर focus करो. And what kind of, because they are very much intelligent. Please remember, our rural people are excellent, innovative, कि जो भी होता है वो जुगाड़ कर लेते हैं. So Indians and our Grameen people are very जुगाड़ी.
No, that's very nice, very informative, and absolutely good to hear about the good work that is happening. And as you rightly said, कि अगर अभी हम थोड़ा communication and information वाला जो reach है वो अगर हम थोड़ा fast कर सके तो वो bridge जल्दी हो जाएगा जो gap अभी है. And I think that of course will be faster. And I'm also confident, like you just said, with Digital India and everything, this might be quite fast as well.
And to be more interesting, yes, to be more interesting, our startup, agri-tech startup, has received a funding worth of 100 crore, 200 crore, 300 crore in terms of agri-tech sector. And the benefit of the technology is received by lakhs of farmers. The impact is very huge. यहाँ 100, 200, 500 की तो बात ही नहीं होती है, सीधे 15,000, 20,000, 1 लाख, 2 लाख, 3 लाख की बात होती है.
Ji. I'm going to go back to Kavita to just check if we have any questions from any of our audience. Kavita, are there any questions we can take?
Yes, definitely. Yes, Payali, we do have interesting questions. So first of all, I would like to read the question that I feel is very interesting. So there is an IBM Institute study that finds that 90% of Indian startups fail within the first 5 years of inception, right? And why this score and how it will be reduced? Do you think India has right startup ecosystem or infrastructure? If not, how long will it take to have it? When we have full startup ecosystem, what additional benefits any startup will get?
So basically the question whether Sanjay Bhai or Siddharth, if you would like to take. So study do say that probably, 20% might be the success rate. What do you think? If that's the case, then what are we lacking and how that can be addressed?
Yeah. So as already I have discussed or touched up on this point that startups are having a very good idea, very good concept, very good technology or the creation, but just because of the lack of ignoring other parts, which is at most required if they want to succeed it in a process. As I told you, that is entering a proper lack of focus into the protecting their intellectual property at an initial stage, lack of business understanding, lack of market understanding, lack of market survey, and all these things. They are excitingly very much liking their idea, only focusing on that idea only, without and focusing and ignoring other parts, which is equally important for the business perspective, right? So because they do not see initial at a business or commercial perspective, they are only focusing or very excited about that ideas, right? So earlier were the days then at that time we do not have that support system in terms of mentoring, industrial collaborations or experts to guide them. But now, based on the experience and now based on all the government is taking the lead and the private industries and private other incubation centers are there to provide each and every kind of supports. It includes the mentor, it includes the industry experts, it includes the particular technology experts, finance experts, the funding expert, the funding support. Everything is available now. So now it is up to the startups that how they can leverage through all the system which is already available now.
Correct. I think that's a very valid point. Kavita, I'm sure the audience who has put up this question
Yes.
should have probably got the answer now. Are there any other questions from our viewers?
Sure. Thank you for that answer, Mr. Sanjay. The next question I have in the queue is patent applications filed in India are very poor as compared to China. Why?
It is.
I think for you, I'm sure.
It is not rich or poor, right? So each country, because each country has their own patent law,
Correct.
And that patent law has been drafted considering that country's requirement, that country's status, economic status, finance status, intellectual status, and all this, right? So if we, as for example, if we consider the US is allowing the software patent, US is allowing the method of treatment patent. But in India, we are not allowing the method of treatment patent. We are not allowing the software patent, right? In India, we are not allowing the process for agriculture method to get patented, right? So what I want to say, each country has their own patent law, and the patent grant or rejection will be depending on that particular patent law. So you cannot say that the patent of India is poor and patent of China is very much stronger or something like that. If the one thing if you want to compare, even observe that what are the patent they filed in China, you won't find the same equivalent patent into the US or India, because they won't survive as per the patent law of US and India. So they only have their patent in China itself because they are having their law, favoring law into the China domestic. But if they come up with the same application in India, they won't get the patent in India.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree with that. Kavita, let's take if you have any more questions for our panelists.
Two more to go. The third question is, what challenges are being faced in encouraging startups in rural area?
Siddharthji, I think, has already spoken quite a few, key points today. Siddharthji, in addition to all of it, if there is something more that we can hear from you.
So, as far as there are so many challenges, koi nahi hai. There is no challenge. Where there is a will, there is a no challenge. And challenge कहाँ से हो सकते हैं? Because गांधी जी ने बोला था कि असली भारत ग्रामीण भारत, जो हमारा दिल है वो ग्रामीण इंडिया में रहता है. And to be very surprising facts and figure देना चाहूँगा कि before years 500-600 साल पहले our export potentiality in the entire world is 25%. पूरे विश्व में जो अभी चाइना का प्रश्न आया कि they are exporting 25% of entire world need, तो 500 साल पहले हम एक्सपोर्ट करते थे और वो ग्रामीण एरिया से ही होता था. एंड as far as the foreigner has हमारे वहाँ पे आक्रमण किया, तो just because of healthy and prosperous rural India के वहाँ पे जो स्पीसीज होते हैं साउथ इंडिया के, तो they are tremendous potentiality. They are very much hard working. The only thing is टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ जो कदम से कदम मिलाना है, तो यहाँ पे जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, हमारी तक्षशिला और नालंदा दे आर पार एक्सीलेंट विश्वविद्यालय थे, लेकिन बिकॉज ऑफ वेरियस काइंड ऑफ रीजन, तो अभी से जो हो रहा है, सो इफ वी मोर कल्टिवेट अवर एजुकेशन सिस्टम सिंस बिगिनिंग इन सच अ मैनर के वहां पे यहाँ का बंदा यहाँ पे रहे, बुकिश ना बने, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज होता है जो कॉलेज गोइंग स्टूडेंट का, तो रूरल इंडिया में ज्यादा है. दे नो हाउ टू डू फार्मिंग or how to run the village or how to run my home. They are very hard working and their economic power is comparatively very poor. कुछ ही लोग हैं जो सिल्वर स्पून से बोर्न हुए हैं, बाकी as far as the general Indian is concerned, so they have a marginal farmer, उनके पास जमीन ज्यादा नहीं होती है, so they take a land on a rental basis and they just earn their daily needs. So lot of things are there. चैलेंज तो सभी जगह होती है, अर्बन में भी है, अपने रूरल एरिया में भी है, लेकिन कुछ हटके सोचते हैं, इनोवेटिव आइडिया में सोचते हैं, सो रास्ता अपने आप खुल जाता है. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे पार्ले जी 2 रुपए में मिलता था, अभी भी 5 रुपए में मिलता है. सो पार्ले जी इज द बिगेस्ट ब्रांड के पूरे छोटे से छोटे गांव कस्बे में जाओ वहां पे भी मिलेगा, और दिल्ली के लाल चौक में जाओ तो वहां पे भी मिलेगा. दिस इज व्हाट द पावर ऑफ आवर रूरल स्टार्टअप के जो पार्ले जी या कोई भी बिस्किट बनते हैं, जो गेहूं आता है वो गेहूं गांव से ही आता है. तो ओनली थिंग इज हमारे जो रूरल पीपल है, गांव के लोग है, दे हैव टू थिंक लाइक अ एंटरप्रेन्योर. जो उनकी खेती बाड़ी है तो वो सोचना पड़ेगा कि इट इज माई बिजनेस, इट इज माई बिजनेस, आई एम द ओनर, एंड मेक इट प्रोफेशनल, मेक इट ऑर्गेनाइज एंड सी द मैजिक. तो पूरा प्रॉफिट मार्जिन उनका, फार्मर की इनकम डबल हो जाएगी. लेकिन वो गवर्नमेंट तो सपोर्ट करेगी, छोटा मोटा फाइनेंशियल हेल्प करेगी. द थिंग इज टू encourage the spirit of entrepreneurship in our rural people, and the magic is bound to happen, and it is happening.
Yes, absolutely, I completely agree. I'm sure Kavita, is there any other question connected to
जहाँ चाहा है वहाँ रहा है, इसी बात के साथ आखिरी सवाल है. Though government is encouraging patent practice, will renewal fee encourage startups? I will repeat. Though government is encouraging patent practices, will renewal fee lead to removal and encourage the startups? If the renewal fee is removed, will the startups will be encouraged?
No. So basically, patenting concept is a dual benefit, or it's to keep a balance. The one thing is, it is giving the benefit to the inventor by giving him the rights for the 20 years. The patent life is 20 years. And if they want to keep that right with them for the 20 years, they need to pay the renewal fees. Right? So renewal fees cannot be waived off. It won't be waived off. But if you consider for the individual person or a MSME person or a startup person, the renewal fees at initial for 5 years, it is very, very nominal. It is 800 rupees per year, right? It is not going to burden anyone, right? But as there is a slot of 5 years till 20 years, and after every 5 years, it will get increased. But even after the increase, it is not going to be very tremendous amount. It can be affordable to any person who is into the business, right? So the purpose of this, keeping this renewal fees and increasing every 5 years, is that you should commercialize your patent, generate revenue, so that you can pay the renewal fees, as well as you can recycle your innovation and come up with a new innovation, right? This 20 years is to give the encouragement to the inventor, and after 20 years is over, once patent is expired, it is available to the public or the society to use it for the benefit of the society. So it is a balance between the inventor as well as the society benefit. And just renewal fees is not going to be burden to anyone, right? Considering the very, very low fees is there in your specifically for the startups and MSME or individual person.
Absolutely. Kavita, any more questions we have?
Thank you so much, panelists. So over to you, Pyali. You can wrap it up in your own way.
Thank you so much, Kavita. So I think those were very interesting questions, and I'm sure it just did not, benefit the person who was asking, but in general also it would have helped others. I think in the interest of time, I think we could probably have sort of the concluding, statement from both our panelists. One, Sanjay ji, from you on probably just about a wrapping statement on how this IP can really become the X factor in someone's business. And then Siddharth, going to you and with your passion, probably just in literally 2 bullet points of what would be those 2 immediate things you would like to see happening, let's say from anybody, whether the government, public, us, private organizations, anyone that can in the end help the rural startups and MSMEs both. Over to you, Sanjay ji, first.
Yeah, thank you, madam. So at the closing perspective, I just want to convey the message through the platform of TV is either you are a startup or a MSME or an individual person having some creative, innovative idea, just come up and explore the things. There are so many resources are available in terms of support, in terms of finance, in terms of guidance, in terms of mentoring, or in terms of IP also. IP is playing a very critical role because idea or startup is based on any particular innovation or innovative idea. If you do not protect it, definitely other person will come and copy it, right? So if you do not protect it, you can lose the business in future. So that's why it is always advisable to protect your intellectual property as early as possible, right? To safeguard your business, to safeguard your idea from the copying. If you have that protection proper way, then definitely you can explore and leverage into the further business expansion or business scale up, because there are so many things that people are not aware that this kind of, they do not have IP and then go on discussing the many peoples to get help either from funding or other perspective. But the person the other way, you do not understand what thought process he is using, right? To take that idea, and because of he is having the resources, he can easily come into the market without you think of. So if you have IP protection, you can always stop or avoid that kind of situation into the future. IP, if you consider any foreign country or university, their universities are self-funded just through the royalty of the patent, right? Here, we would like to see that kind of educational institute, that kind of incubation centers who are self-funded based on the royalty earning of their intellectual property.
Thank you so much. Siddharth, quick, your concluding 2-line statement.
Yes, India is shining, and it's shining because of rural India. And as far as very surprisingly, पूरे startup, पूरे MSME या government का जितना भी budget है, तो सबसे ज्यादा benefit rural India को मिल रहा है, मिलता रहेगा, मिलने वाला है. And even surprisingly, more than 50%, 60%, 80% subsidies are given for making our farming, agriculture next generation level. तो इतना benefit और कोई भी MSME में, कोई भी factories में नहीं मिल रहा है. So just take the advantage of it, and poverty, to remove the poverty, to remove the unemployment, and to create a self-employment, uplifting rural India is the best way. And government is supporting like anything. Only thing is we need to have a self-confidence in ourselves and make our agriculture a more professional, process-driven business. Then magic is going to happen.
Thank you very much. Thanking both of you. It was absolutely a delight listening to both of you. Thank you very much. And I'm sure it is helpful for everyone who have joined us today. Thank you once again. Over to you, Dr. Praveen Parmar.
Yeah, so it was really indeed, I mean, it was a fantastic session moderated by Pyali, and I think a lot of insights about the startups and the MSME scheme shared by Sanjay Bhai and Siddharth. And so personally, Siddharth, I'm coming from a farmer family, and I came to know about 2-3 things which I was not aware about it. So thank you so much for sharing the detailed insights about those sectors as well. And it was really a great session, Piyali. Thank you so much.